Alright folks, so we're gonna go test moisture on this set of beans. So it's about double the size of the last field. But it's a day after I took the last load in for that field. I still have some work to do on the combine yet, but I was gonna go out here and just walk through it, take my moisture tester, and if it's below 11%, I'm just gonna go. There's still some green spots, and that's the way life goes. But the fan speed locked up on me, so that's one thing I gotta fix. But we're gonna run out here and go test some beans. All right, so I'm getting quite a few pods in this, in the tank. So I'm gonna walk behind the combine and see if I'm pushing beans out. I've got my fan speed at about 1,000 now. I changed it. So I'm wondering if I go higher fan speed or close my sieves down. Okay, there's one bean, two bean. Not too bad. That one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3. About a bushel lost. I'm gonna look at the chaff itself. I think I'm just gonna close it down a little bit. These beans are a lot smaller than the last set. That'll help. We'll finish down to the end and then we'll see, and maybe I'll end up just turning the fan speed up too a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, as you can see, we had a little sprayer mishap this year. I had 2 nozzles plug on me, and the water hemp took over. That happened during pre-emerge, which was Zidro Pro and MSO, and some Roundup on this field. So spraying's hard to get perfect. The newer the technology, the better. So that's part of it, and it was right behind the sprayer too, so that made it a little tough as well. Not being able to see. I have a blade that's broke. That looks like it's not cutting very well. So that little strip right there might indicate a blade being broken. I'm just going to pay attention because it's right here. It looks like in the middle, or pretty in the middle at least. So we might, when at the other end, we might get out and look at it and see if we've got one broken. We just had a couple sickle blades or sickle guards that come loose. Just a couple bolts. And now we're going to head back out. And keep on trucking, because what, 3 o'clock? I'd like to get a semi loaded and off to town today, and then be able to put the rest of it in on this semi at least. That would be nice. But that's the hope. So as you can see, and based off the monitor, the green part's where we've combined. There's a better one. And we're cutting across this goofy spot right here. There's a pretty steep ditch down in this bottom. and I don't like going through it with the head down, so I'm cutting around it, and I'll make another pass coming up the other way and back down again, so it's 40 feet wide on each side, give or take. Just makes it easier on the combine not having to cut through a ditch. You can't do it with corn at all. Well, you can. You cut corn at the wrong angle. But with beans, it's not a big issue. So this is how I'm going to do this, just to try and alleviate more stress from the machine as possible. So there's part of it. But we just try to take care of the machines, avoid breakdowns. They cost more money than leaving yield. So if we end up cutting at a goofy angle and bending some over, I'd rather do that than break something. You've seen we broke a spindle, the rear spindle already this year, so if we can avoid any more breakdowns, that would be ideal. So we're going to keep cutting, maybe show you some unloading. Truck's probably 70% full would be my guess. We're going to do a routine check, is what I'm going to call it. Let's see how good a job we're doing. That's about full. Looks like all the pods are breaking. See 1, 2, 3 beans right there. Do another spot. Well, I like when they kind of do this. Like the stems are wet, but the pods themselves aren't, and they're breaking open pretty easily right now. There's a couple. They're saying a 1x1, so we'll do that. 1 foot by 1 foot, square roughly. There's 1 bean, 2 beans, a split, 3 beans, 4 beans. They say about 4 beans in a 1 foot by 1 foot is a 1 bushel, so that's pretty good. Loss. I mean, beans are a lot harder to combine than corn due to the amount of threshing that needs to be required. When we combine corn, and this is not right or wrong, we leave the stalk, so we only pull the ear through. On beans, you're pulling the entire plant through to try to get as much as you can. So instead, you are having to thresh a lot more material. Some guys will do that with corn. I don't. Oh, I got the hiccups now. Doesn't look like anything's getting hot. I didn't see any discoloration on any bearings or any of that. So that's a good thing as well. The wind's starting to pick up a little, which is kind of nice. It's blowing my dust away. I do hear one. That one's not super happy, but it's okay. Oh. This needs to get shoved back. I didn't know this was open. Well, I won the light game. You can see him all the way over there. But I'm going to turn mine on now because it's starting to get just to that point. Like that. So, turn the lights on. Try and finish this acre. And then this field's done. Well, I'm too short.